One of the saddest things about being human is that the person who would probably be the most proud of you is also a version of yourself you'll never meet again. The version who stayed awake wondering if life would ever get better. The version who imagined the future and secretly hoped, I hope we make it. They never got to see what happened next. Only you did. And somehow, even after everything you've survived, everything you've accomplished, and everything you've become, you can still catch yourself thinking, I'm not enough yet. And if you've ever felt that way, I don't think you're broken. I think you've simply forgotten someone. Maybe you've noticed something strange. Every accomplishment seems to come with an expiration date. You finally reach a goal, you're proud, relieved, excited. Then almost immediately your mind quietly asks, okay, what's next? The celebration ends before it really begins. The finish line moves again, and the cruel part is that nobody tells you it moved. So instead of realizing the race changed, you blame yourself. You think, maybe I haven't done enough yet. But imagine explaining that to a younger version of yourself, the one who would have celebrated for weeks over the things you barely noticed today. Think about something you desperately wanted 5 years ago. Maybe it was getting accepted somewhere. Maybe it was your first paycheck. Maybe it was simply having the freedom you have now. Now imagine your younger self simply standing behind you, watching an ordinary Thursday. Not your best day, just an average day. Would they really spend the whole day criticizing you? Or would they quietly look around, amazed, because you're already living pieces of the life they used to dream about? Somewhere along the way, the extraordinary became ordinary. Not because it lost its value, but because you got used to carrying it. Imagine spending your whole life building a trophy shelf. Every challenge you survive, every fear you overcome, every lesson you learn adds another trophy. But the shelf slowly fills, and every night while you're asleep, someone quietly removes yesterday's trophy. So every morning, the shelf never looks as full as it should. Eventually, you stop believing you've accomplished very much at all. That's what your mind quietly does. It doesn't erase your victories, it simply stops noticing them. And then something even sadder happens. You stop noticing them too. I don't think your younger self would. They'd probably run straight to that shelf, point at every trophy, and remind you exactly how hard each one was to earn. Then life makes it even harder, because just as you're forgetting your own trophies, you start counting everyone else's. Someone gets promoted, someone gets engaged, someone buys a house, someone seems happier, someone seems further ahead. It's like hanging a beautiful picture on your wall, then spending every day walking into someone else's house, looking at their pictures and convincing yourself yours was never beautiful. The picture didn't change, only where you decided to look did. No wonder you feel behind. You spent so much time staring at everyone else's walls, you forgot to look at your own. For a long time, I thought the answer was to simply accomplish more, work harder, become better, reach higher. But eventually I realized something. The problem wasn't that I'd stopped growing. The problem was every new dream quietly erased the value of every old victory. Every finish line became another starting line. Every achievement disappeared into another expectation. And I don't think that's because we're greedy. I think it's because we're so focused on becoming that we forget to notice who we've already become. So no, I don't think you should stop dreaming. Dream, grow, build the life you want. But every once in a while, stop. Turn around, and imagine your younger self walking beside you. Not the version who compares, not the version who's scared, the version who simply hopes things would turn out okay. Then ask yourself, what would they see? Because I don't think they'd see someone who's failing. I think they'd see someone who survived things they were terrified of. Someone who kept going, someone who kept becoming stronger, someone who actually made it further than they ever believed possible. Maybe the reason you've never felt like enough was never because you weren't enough. Maybe you've just been listening to a finish line instead of the only person who still remembers where you started. And if that younger version of you could say one thing before they disappeared again, I don't think they'd ask, why aren't we further? I think they'd smile, look at the life you're standing in, and quietly say, maybe you just forgot to look back.